In this video, you're going to learn the secrets of patch 1.12, the River Raids 10 gigabyte or more patch for Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Subscribe to the Linus Wilson channel where we give you the secrets to crush Assassin's Creed Valhalla. In this patch, we get the River Raids and a lot of new abilities, a lot of new skills. Plus, it's going to be a lot harder to get the secret Isu bow. Listen all the way to the end so you can get the lowdown on what to expect when you install the patch 1.12, which goes live starting February 16th, 2021. So, Assassin's Creed has their first major update since patch 1.11. This is title update 1.12. And I think this is probably the most major free DLC except for the YULE festival. So we've got the River Raids coming, and it's going to be a big patch. So Title 1.12 will be deployed on Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Ubisoft Connect, Epic Game Store, Stadia, Amazon Luna, tomorrow, February 16th, 2021. So it's coming on Tuesday. It's coming at 7 a.m. Eastern Time, 4 a.m. Pacific. Patch sizes and development timing. Xbox Series X and S, 19.5 gigabytes. Xbox One, 15.3 gigabytes. PlayStation 5, 11.2 gigabytes. And PlayStation 4, 10.2 gigabytes, PC, 18.04 gigabytes. And deploying at the times I mentioned before, 1 p.m. Central European Time, 7 a.m. Eastern Time, 4 a.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time. Please note these times are estimates and subject to change. Check the most notable title update changes below. YULE Season River Raids Game Mode. We added in-game support for River Raids. Prepare your Jomsviking crew for this new highly replayable mode that will take you to unexplored regions of England, which is now full of raiding opportunities. New loot, rewards, and challenges await the Raven clan. The River Raids mode is part of YULE season content. It is free for all Assassin's Creed Valhalla players and is accessible in-game after downloading Title Update 1.12. New abilities. Berserker Trap. This attaches a trap to your arrow, spreading hallucinatory power, and nearby movement causes the trap to trigger. Surprise clueless passers-by. Battle cry. In a fit of rage, Eivor lets out a blood-curdling scream, gaining strength and causing nearby enemies to stumble backwards in fear, interrupting their attacks. Shoulder bash. Eivor performs a shoulder bash that pushes back enemies and destroys objects. Alright. So we got new abilities coming. New skills, Assassin's Carry, so maybe we can allocate some of our mastery points to those. Automatically carry a body after successful assassination. Assassin slide into enemies and knock them off balance while sprinting. Power Stroke, trigger a speed boost on the longship at the cost of stamina. Arrow Looter, Eivor has a chance of looting arrows from archers. Fight ready. Always start a fight with an adrenaline-filled slot. And Longship Brace. When you're commanding the longship, the crew will raise their shield with you. Alright, sounds good. And then here's the game improvements. So, runes and used resources to upgrade your Berserker gear will be returned to the player inventory when an item is lost. That did happen to me. Improved vibration feedback during fishing. Fishing goes brrr. Addressing an issue that caused players to leave disguise mode if players perform an attack while riding. Address an issue that prevented players from catching fish in the sea on coastlines, so maybe you'll be able to finish the fishing deliveries and get the swordfish trophy. Addressed an issue that caused a school of fish to take a long time to respawn after one was caught. Items purchased at the AM store will only be given to players after returning to England from Vinland. Change Predator charge attack animations to give players a little more time to react. Addressed an issue that prevented fabric from being available. Everyone liked that. So that's the big one. That was another trophy, a completionist trophy you couldn't do if you totally upgraded your bow. So there's an offering altar that requires more fabric, and you maxed out with like 5 fabric over all your upgrades, but now we'll get more fabric in the world and you can complete that offering altar. Added data purchased to items listed in the own section of the store. Balancing, remove diamond rune slots from gear set pieces other than the torsos. Runes that were slotted into these will be returned to the player inventory. So there you go. You're losing a lot of your diamond rune slots for all armor sets. Graphics, audio, and animation. Address various graphics or lighting issues. Addressed various texture issues. Addressed issue that caused explosion VFX to be missing when oil jars explode. Oil jars will now go boom. PS4, PS5. The Muspel Warg mount will now burn with the fires of hell. Oh my. The blood of your enemies will now soil all clothing. Oh my goodness. Addresses various character or NPC animation issues. Address various clipping issues. Addressed an issue that prevented visual effects from Draugr set to be displayed. Addressed an issue that caused arrows to disappear from quiver after re-equipping the bow from the inventory. That's interesting. And then the quest patches addressed an issue in storming the walls, preventing players from completing the quest. Gunnar has decided to join the festivities in the first night of Samhain, allowing players to complete the quest. Party time addressed an issue that allowed NPC and good men of Sherwood world event to be killed. Udi lale, gale, what a day. Jomsviking gear will now display their quality properly in the customization page. Addressed an issue that will cause Jomsviking to change shapes and sizes in the menu when being recruited. Randvi is ready to hear news after completing the Shropshire arc, allowing completion of the Alliance, which I guess was an issue for some players. Addressed an issue preventing players from interacting with Tovi after having completed carrying the torch. Addressed an issue that caused some dice to be reused when both players use the God Favor, giving 3 additional dice. Nothing up your sleeve anymore. Addressed an issue with Fishmonger encounter that prevented the quest from being marked as complete after confirming the kill. Players will no longer be ashen if escaping before fighting the Bard in Devil Has All the Best Tunes. Players loading a save created after knocking in clues and riddle will now be able to complete the objective. Addressed an issue in extended family that caused the boss not to deal any damage in the underground attacks. Addressed an issue in extended family that caused the boss to get stuck near walls, stay underground, or not engage in combat altogether. Addressed an issue that prevented the final order member to be revealed. No more Revelio? Addressed an issue in Blinding Fate that prevented players from completing the boss encounter as the boss may get stuck underground. Addressed an issue in Blinding Fate that prevented players from completing the quest after talking to Tyr. Addressed an issue in War Weary that prevented players from completing the quest after having defeated all NPCs outside. Addressed an issue that caused all Order members to be killed after killing a zealot. This may be the wildest issue ever seen, they comment. Addressed an issue in the Big Finish that prevented players from completing the quest when the hideout was visited before starting the quest. Addressed an issue in Blood from a Stone that prevented players from moving a stack of cargo. Addressed an issue in the Prodigal Prince that caused the objective to remain stuck if Eivor assassinates the first training dummy before reaching the checkpoint. Addressed an issue that prevented players from interacting with Godofred fair robes post-fight if the player threw them in the river. Yeah. Addressed an issue in the Twit Saga Part 1 where the house would sometimes not catch fire, preventing players from completing the world event. Addressed an issue in Daedalus the Beautiful that caused the kid to grow in size. Hold up. Addressed an issue in Daedalus the Beautiful that prevented Daedalus from leaving the water. Addressed an issue that prevented players from interacting with settlement NPCs. Addressed an issue in Crushed Dreams that prevented players from completing a world event as the wife is in a dead state. Quest name checks out. Addressed an issue that caused the world map to become unavailable after speaking to Chaelwolf. And then gameplay, combat, and AI issues. Addressed several NPC behavior issues. Mounts will heed Eivor's call from the quick actions wheel. Addressed an issue that caused NPC to die before being hit. Calls an emergency meeting. Addressed an issue that caused Eivor to end up standing on their toes after being idle a while. Eivor in point. Addressed an issue that caused decorative elements to spawn in miniature form. Addressed an issue that caused players to obtain Nodin's Arc using the save load action. So if you want to get Nodin's Arc, then you better get it before then if you want to get it the easy way. Otherwise you have to get it the hard way by getting Excalibur first and then hitting Excalibur on the rock in the northernmost lake at sunset. So the easy way was to use the save load, and then you wouldn't need Excalibur to get Nodin's Arc bow, which is the shiny bow, shiny Isu bow. Audio. Addressed an issue that caused a crackling sounds to be heard. Addressed an issue that caused a dead swarm animals to make idle sounds. I know an animus glitch when I see one. And then photo mode. Addressed an issue that caused photo mode's frames not to scale to game window size. Addressed an issue that caused terrain rendering issues when moving the camera. User interface HUD. Addressed various UI HUD issues. Addressed an issue that caused premium start pack items to appear in fine instead of mythical quality. After entering Cola, their appropriate icon will be shown in the Order tab. Addressed an issue that caused acquired Retta contracts to appear under Kent quest log section. Addressed an issue that caused contracts to not count towards the Viking for higher progression. Addressed an issue that prevented players from interacting with any item in Retta shop when focused navigation is enabled. Players will be able to switch targets with the mouse with the M and K, I guess that's a PC issue. Addressed an issue that was causing stick input to stick after swap sticks option during the cairns. Addressed an issue that caused call mount prompt to appear every time when the whistle used to attract enemies. Addressed an issue when pressing the D-pad down, causing daily concept art to remain. Addressed an issue that caused several daily concept art to be displayed on the world map. Addressed an issue that caused the mouse cursor not to be displayed when switching back to M and K controller after the source. Address an issue that prevented the order of the ancient icons to not be changed based on the selected colorblind settings. Address an issue that caused control conflicts in photo mode if swap sticks option is not set on. Address an issue that caused slider value subtitle backgrounds see, so we daily concept art, mouse cursor, order of the ancients, conflict and here we go. Address an issue that caused slider value of subtitle backgrounds not to reset the default value. Address an issue that caused exploration difficulty to be reset to adventurer instead of explorer when resetting default. Address an issue that prevented adrenaline bar from filling after the second assassination was performed using the chain assassination. Added a quit finisher button during the aiming state. Address various issues when Odin sight highlighted props that it shouldn't. Addressed an issue that caused data corrupt errors after entering the save menu. Addressed an issue that prevented the ingot that was looted off the destroyer Hampton blockade not to be counted towards wealth completion. Addressed an issue that caused fly auger mysteries not to be highlighted with the appropriate mystery icon. And then system issues. PC addressed issues with various Ubisoft Connect achievements that were not unlocking correctly when conditions were met. Take my hand, the enemy of my enemy, Disorder of the Ancients, and Completionist all the way. PC addressed an issue with the unlock condition of the equine attack achievement. Addressed an issue that caused online service errors to be displayed when creating hovering over photos. Addressed an issue that causing the game to remain stuck during loading after entering the same save load menu. Addressed an issue that caused the MSI voice command feature to stop working after save load. Performance and stability, improved performance and stability, and that's all they wrote. You know, they didn't talk about anything about the Ubisoft Connect problem of the revenge contracts that nobody can complete, so they're not doing anything about that. But they are getting rid of Nodin's Arc. I also did not see anything in here that seemed to indicate that the rune duplication glitch is going to be gone. So I didn't hear anything about the Mark of Saul bow, so that may still be on in terms of the Mark of Saul duplication, although they partially did nerf the rune duplication for the armor, because you can't get the duplicate huntsman set if you had not already had one prior to 1.11. Now, if you still have one, you're good to go, and you can duplicate through 1.11. So we'll see if rune duplication will still go through. I mean, I think that's the biggest glitch, biggest money glitch that I'm looking to see. Is that going to go, or is that going to stay? All right, sounds very exciting. We'll do some river raids. I'm Linus Wilson. Subscribe. We give you the secrets to crush Assassin's Creed Valhalla.